Howdy do. This is Lady Ash, and welcome back to Layers of Empowerment. So, today we are going to look at our dark underpaintings, and the topic is shadows of strength. We will be putting in some underpainting of confidence. Now, the underpainting is the underpainting in a painting gives it the depth and the richness of color. It gives it that contrast that you need. And in life, there's a lot of contrast. There's a lot of good and bad, up and down. And it's really how you perceive those things from your own personal experiences that will help you to navigate. And so, in a painting, sometimes there are dark underpaintings all over. In life, there are dark underpaintings all over. But we can paint over the dark underpaintings. We can reframe, we can revisit ideas, we can revisit tasks and make them even better. Nothing is lost. As I'm saying, from you have life, you have everything. So I'm going to attempt to add some color, dark underpaint into this painting, and I'm going to use ink. And let's see what happens. I've never used these inks before. I got them at Ligani Dragon Garden, just in case. And I'm just gonna be, woo! Did you see that? Oh my gosh. I forget that this is being recorded. Well, this is really me. This is my life on canvas, people. When I paint, I get so excited, especially when the color is rich. So this is amazingly beautiful. Ooh. So this is neon orange. All right, so it's dark on the painting, it's ink. So let us use, this is called Sky Gel. See what it looks like. Okay. Now, normally you kind of do this when it's flat, but it's fine. We're going to just add the dark underpaintings everywhere. Ooh, I love it. I love the richness of color in this artwork. Ooh, that purple. Ooh, nice. Yep. Now you might be saying, but that don't make no sense. I wish I do. Wish really I do. And I'm gonna say to you, that's it. Sometimes life gets messy. Life gets messy and things happen, and we just don't know how to navigate it, and so we just do the best we can. And here we go. And sometimes it rains and it pours, and you just have to deal with it. So here I am making it even messier. And sometimes somebody come and him rub it in and say, yes, girl, that's it. Oh, this is so pretty. Yes. Life is life in over here. Oh, I just love this. What? Dark underpaintings can be messy. Can be very messy. You don't want to deal with it. No. So the dark underpainting sometimes can be so many things. It can be a financial crisis. It can be a death, unfortunately, in the family. It can be, unexpected injury, loss, pain, depression, sadness. These things, they show up and they take the wind out of us sometimes. But you see what I'm doing? I am just letting it happen. I am just letting it all happen in this piece of art. Let the underpaintings come. Because you say if you run from the problems, does that solve the problem? No. Because you still have to deal with it. Yeah? If you don't give yourself the courage to navigate through that problem, you still will have to deal with it at some point. You still will have to figure it out. So my thing is I'm embracing it. I'm using the dark underpaintings to cover my background. And I'm embracing it. I'm embracing the chaos. And this is just my madness. This is how I paint. Welcome to life on canvas. Yes. Yeah, man, you didn't know something bad like that. But it's okay. It's fine. So I am just adding water. Let me spread the thing. So dark underpaintings. You just have to start somewhere, add it, embrace it, and let it work for you. Let it happen. Because remember what I told you before, you can paint over your dark underpaintings. You can start over. Now, in my past life, working in a 9-to-5 job, I was traumatized. And that is just putting it mildly. It was extremely difficult for me for more than one reason. Just by being who I am, just by showing up and being the sunshine and bringing the sunshine, persons who could not find that glow within themselves will resent me for it. And you know, if you're close to me, that every day I work on that glow. Every day I take deliberate steps to get myself in that frame of mind. And why it's important? Because it helps you to withstand the wiles of the right. So you have to be in the glow. You have to be in that frame of mind. You have to be in that spirit of God. Yes? Covered under the blood, my grandmother would have said. Same thing. And just be willing to embrace the dark underpainting. So you have to prepare for it. But when it comes, you have to meet it head on. And one of the things that I learned is sometimes standing up for yourself and sometimes doing what is right makes it even worse, because nobody likes that, especially when they themselves cannot do it. And you have to have a standard. You have to have boundaries. You have to have things that you say absolutely no to. But at the same time, you have to hold back. You have to respect others. You have to understand that you're a part of an organization, a part of a team, and the leadership is important. You have to follow that big picture. You have to make sure that the strategic goals and visions are met. You have to make sure that your work plan, your job gets done with excellence. Because when you do good work, when you stand up and do excellent work, when they give you the impossible task to do and you stay up all night and do it, to produce it with excellence, nobody can stop you. Them can talk, but your work will speak for you. So, and it might not come overnight. I remember when I just started out teaching myself how to paint, my sister said, "Oh girl, we gotta hang the artist and not the art." It was that bad. I had a spouse at the time and he says, "What is this you're doing?" That's so funny. Find something else and do with your time. I am serious. But you keep going, you keep moving forward, you keep learning. So when the dark underpaintings come, it is just a reminder. It's just saying, look here. Them have a problem with this. If somebody thinks that your writing is not good enough, go work on it. Ask for help. Go and do a course, get support. The dark underpaintings are there to show you the way, to show you the direction in which you need to go. You have to have contrast. If you don't have contrast, you're not going to wait. You're not going to get anywhere. Because everything is smooth sailing and hunky dory and beautiful, then what? You're not going to see how you can improve this painting and put in all the elements of art to make it into a beautiful abstract that meets the standard that is required. No. So you have to hold on, hold on, embrace the dark underpaintings and let it lead you to where you need to go. So that is why the sketching is good, because it lays the foundation. And if God is in the sketch, then can't beat you. So here we are with this dark underpaintings. So for me, I am standing with my fear. I'm facing my challenges. I'm going to rant and I'm going to get upset. And I'm going to remind myself that nobody not going to come save you. So you need to save yourself. Stand up in your power. Stand up in your authority. Don't forget who and what you are. Don't forget that you need the contrast. Listen to the contrast, the contradictions. Listen to where you're being led. And if you're weak, you get better. Don't give up on yourself. I did an exam the other day and I was just so disappointed because I was like, man, made a plan for A's the test, but there was just things on the test I've never seen in my life. So I wasn't prepared. I was not fully prepared. And I can't blame anybody for that. I have to blame moi. So yes, I sat in a course, I listened and I understood. Yes, I got some handout and I read them and I understood. But my brain doesn't work the way some people's brain work. So if you believe you're going to give me a test and ask me to come and regurgitate a definition to you, you're speaking to the wrong person because I can't do it. I understand things. I see things and I connect them to things that make sense. That's my brain. That's how I learn. That's how I interpret life. So there was a particular part of the exam that spoke to different areas that were color coded, and the color code meant different things in different areas. So access to certain areas meant certain things. And I had to find a way. So I associated the color black to something that helps me to remember that area, and blue to the sky to help me to remember the areas out there in the blue sky. And that is how I use my brain. I know there are ways and there are psychological terms for these things, but this is just how I interpret the world. And when I got that test, I had to take accountability. I said, this doesn't make no sense. When you're asking me to remember a full definition and tell me to fill in the blanks, I'm going to have a hard time finding that word. Because there are many words out there that can mean the same thing, that can give you an accurate definition for what you're asking me to define. And that's exactly what I did. This was a fill in the blank question, and there were like 4 blank spaces, and I wrote out a definition, a clear definition of my understanding using the words that they had there. But when I looked at the handout, at the definition that I was supposed to write, it was different. But my definition covered and defined the area correctly. And look here, tests for me has always been difficult for those reasons, because I interpret life and I see things differently. And so I had to go over everything. And I said, but I never see this before. Which part is that? And I had to find out. And my job was not just to do the test and walk away, but I needed to learn. I wanted to know where these places are that I didn't know, where that information was that I did not get, and learn it. So even if I pass the test or I fail this test, I still need to know. So I went through and I painstakingly did, that after testing and thing and thing and thing. And by the grace of God, that's all I can say, by the grace of God, may pass the test. But it's a dark underpainting, and it reminded me of who I used to be, how I used to be hardwired. And I had to take an approach. I decided that, you know what? Me not call him. Me not call and ask for no results. I'm going to take a step back from this experience. I'm going to appreciate it for what it is. I'm going to learn from it. And if I pass, I pass. And if I don't pass, then I go right back to doing it all over again. This time, full accountability. This time, I know the things that I didn't know before. So we have to let the dark underpaintings help us to navigate and show up differently in this world. No, talk truth. Now that I've added these darker areas and you've seen the dark underpainting, the artwork now look different to you? Put it in the comments. 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 Talk it up. The contrast has allowed me to cover the canvas. And it does give everything depth. Now, you have some people, I go look on this and say, oh, I see this and I see that and I see one something right there, so on. I see one next thing right there, so on. Oh my gosh, you don't see the elephant and you don't see the bear and you don't see the cockroach. And they are all there. They are all there, my friend. So the dark underpaintings in life are shadows of strength. They are there to help you to pull yourself together, to navigate where you need to go. So if somebody tells you no, it's okay. Just means that that's not the direction that you need to go in. If somebody is not nice to you, that's with them. They're going through that. You have to ask yourself and remind yourself that it has nothing to do with you. That no for you is just a dark underpainting that you can paint over and get a yes from somebody else, and it will help you to get the yes from the person that you need to get the yes from and go in the right direction with that yes. So don't be discouraged when things get hard, when things get unmanageable, when you get fearful, when you just can't take it no more. Just be encouraged that the dark underpainting is a part of your beautiful masterpiece, that it adds depth, gives your painting character, give you strength, give you the courage to encourage somebody because you've been through it. And then at the end of the day, we will be able to build our masterpiece and show up as better human beings. Your self-coding for February. Let us paint this picture. This is Layers of Empowerment. We've just finished the dark underpainting. This is Lady Ash. Thank you for following. Thank you for being here. I just wanted to do something different on my channel, and I hope this resonates with you, but I'm just tapping in, getting the courage to do this. So, dark underpainting is now nothing pan week because we're there. We stand up and we're doing it. All right. So, see you in the next episode.